or text me. My boyfriend need to text me. Cop Bay, laugh out loud. Yes.
So what you see playing out here now, this guy's actually her ex-husband's cousin, right? So for whatever reason, they stopped dating and whatnot, right? But what you're seeing also is how like women don't let things go. That's why it's really best for women to try their best to pick the best dude possible that you can stay with. But the reason why women don't do that anymore is because your mother's not telling you that. She's telling you to basically always put yourself in a position to fuck your man over or tell him to go kick rocks. All right. And put you in basically a solo power position. No matter what, the woman's always going to thrive more. She'll always thrive more under male leadership, obviously. I mean, like, for example, the example I've been using a lot is the IG baddie, right? You know how many Instagram models who are fine as hell or attract the women who are attract the women online who have 1 million followers? Don't get me wrong. Obviously, the whole million isn't engaging, but you have a whole. These are still people that you can actually touch, and they will see you. It's a possibility that they can see your post if they're online or at the same time you're posting. But most of those women are not. A majority of them are broke. And they're not millionaires. I mean, you know how many people are talented, are smart, are geniuses, but what's missing? The opportunity. What's missing? The mastermind. You need people like me. You need the bad guy. That's why I'm here. The goddamn mastermind, baby. But yeah, so women always thrive better under male leadership. You know what I mean? So it's best to pick the right person ahead of time, right? So she basically never let go of her feelings for this guy to the point where all this stuff is going on. Just so you have a better idea what's happening.
I love and miss my baby. I knew it. I love you. OMG, talk to my baby. I miss his ugly A. As you could see, Brenay was deeply in love with Tim, but they ended up breaking up due to Tim's infidelity. She went on to date and marry his cousin, Devin. And from the outside in, it looked like they had a good marriage.
So this is them on TikTok and whatnot, right? So this is another reason why bigger women a lot of times don't really respect you like that is because it's one thing, you know what I'm saying? She just gained a few pounds, right? But when women are like excessively big, and actually she's actually not, she looked bigger from that angle because I think because she's a bigger girl and whatnot. But the way that I think a lot of women see it as, they see it as like, yo, basically, you gonna just deal with this shit. You gonna just deal with because you got to think about the fact that, yo, coming online, I don't think she's wearing a bra. This is also someone who does videos in a bonnet. I think that is it's like it says so much about you as a lady if you come online to address the world with a bonnet on your head. Because that's not even like a fashionable thing. It's one thing if you had like a tie head that has the knot on top and whatnot, and it looked nice and everything, or you have like a scarf that looks nice, or like it looks as though you wrapped it in a fashionable way, or something like that. That's totally different. But having on a straight bonnet outside of being interviewed because you had to run outside because of the ice cream truck or some kind of emergency or something like that, it's just not acceptable. But it's the reason why I say it, and the reason why it stands out so much because, excuse me, a few years ago, Monique came out and said, "Listen, I love y'all my babies, but please stop coming outside with bonnets on your head. It doesn't look good. It doesn't make us look good." And people and women gave her hell. There was even someone who came online talking about how they make custom bonnets. Bonnets are the most unattractive thing a woman can put on her head and walk around with. The only time that makes sense is when you are laying down to go to bed at night, not being in someone's face. You know what I'm saying? Talking about credit card or debit. Not only that, the whole energy that come with a bonnet. Because every time I see a woman with a bonnet on outside, her whole demeanor is like, don't F with me. Her whole demeanor is like, yo, I will fight you right now. I will fight you for any and every reason. You understand me? You know what I mean? Like this energy right here.
Hit me if you want to, motherfucker. Hit me if you want to. Hit me if you want to. That means. Because you don't get fun, you know how people lie. Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Yo, she said, shut the F up and spit him. Yo, when I seen that video, it makes me so sad. You don't know why it makes me sad? Because again, disrespect is a man's version of like being heartbroken or having your feelings hurt or being emotional or just feeling hurt. You know how hurt he was that this woman went to. First of all, spitting on someone is the most disrespectful thing you can ever do. Spitting on someone means that I am ready to fight. Okay. What I was saying, so I actually did this video yesterday. And what I said was, there are a lot of people, especially in the hood, right, who have mental health issues. And what happens is they go throughout their whole life with no one ever checking them. You know what I'm saying? All the way to the point where they wind up either getting in trouble or they wind up like the lady that you just saw on camera. She didn't even get to the end. She's at the beginning of the Chipotle process. She didn't even pick white rice or brown rice yet. What could he? First of all, I guess she must have been already arguing with the person that's making the burrito and whatnot. And you know, who knows? But she should shut the F up and then spit in his face right after that. And then said, "I dare you to hit me." And you gotta think about the fact that there is no scenario. She will almost have to be a professional fighter to be able to handle a man in a fight, because a woman is incapable of giving. First of all, men can take damage. You can't hit him but so hard, and you can't take but so much damage. Not only that, that was assault. He's well within his right to clean her clock. But the reason why I want to show that video is because, again, the way this all ties together is that when men let the women lead and live off the women or try to come up off the women and whatnot, bad outcomes happen, and also you further bad behaviors that kind of result in these kind of scandals right here. For our old buddy right here, yo, this ends really, really sad. You know what I mean? First and foremost, why you? I know it was young and whatnot, but sir, why are you dating someone that your cousin used to date? Someone in your family should have told you. It's one thing if, like, first of all, from what I understand, she had been with this other guy, the cousin, since they was young. These are very young people. So it's not like that was 2013, right? Which would be about 10 years ago. So these people can't be more than 24, 26. Like, listen, when you're like 25 and your early 20s and whatnot, high school was not that long ago. So it'd be different if their relationship started at like 28 and she dated his cousin back in the day. Right? One thing that you never want to do as a man, like, yo, don't deal with no one your cousin, your relatives or friends used to deal with, because it can just go left. You just don't want to, because you're making worlds collide. The worlds are colliding because y'all will wind up having two different relationships. Family and friends, and Eskimo brother. Being an Eskimo brother with your cousin is nasty work. I ain't gonna hold
you. I got some questions for y'all bra experts out there. What size bra is this? What is this? I know it's up there in the alphabet, but I don't know. And I know
that's a Z. It's a Z. All right, it's a Z.
A back hurt, but everything isn't always what it seems. And thoughts of Tim still lurked in the back of Brenay's mind.
Then his cousin, I'm not gonna.
She's telling a story of how they got together, right? Whenever women take shots at an ex and whatnot, that's a sign that they still have feelings for that ex.
Name him.
his cousin, we're gonna call him Doodoo Head. Me and Doodoo Head got together. We dated for like a year, some change or whatever. And the whole time, Doodoo Head, I'm not Doodoo Head. The whole time, babe, tell him how you felt about it though. He was really hurt, guys. I really hurt my man. It was in his feelings because every time we talk about it, he talking about some, see, you left me for Doodoo Head. See, you got with Doodoo Head before you got with me. Now look at you. Like, boy, a hurt soul.
Devin has always.
So she basically is saying, yo, stop being a bitch. So what? Whenever a woman is not conscious of your ego, that means she will break you. You understand? That's the listen, the way that she treated him, that's the same as him calling her fat and ugly to her face. Or the same as him getting on her about like, yeah, yo, if it wasn't for that goddamn makeup, like you just be a big bitch. You know what I mean? Like imagine him talking to her like that. You know what I mean? Imagine him talking to her about, how it feels for him when she took off her clothes and so on and so forth. That would be crazy. He would sound crazy. Even the men would be like, yo, nigga, that's your girl. Why you gotta talk about her like that? Right? And one of the reasons why, it's a few different things, right? Make no mistake. Honestly, the whole situation screams like, yo, she helped because obviously they I guess they living together and whatnot. She got you at your mama's house, right? Also, more than likely, she might have got with him to stay close to the cousin, right? Not only that, the subject of their past, of her relationship with the cousin has come up a lot. All right. And she's basically saying in so many words like, yo, so, he's hurt and whatnot, but in so many words, so what? And the way that black men get into these relationships as well, I'm sorry. Another reason why black men wind up in these relationships is because of your mother never telling you what a good woman is. Your mother never having a conversation with you. I always say, and I always ask as a black man, did your mother ever talk to you about what a good woman is and how she's supposed to treat you? Or did your mother ever tell you that you deserve basic respect no matter what? Did you ever hear that growing up? You know what I always hear? No.
Always wanted Brenay since the beginning, and he finally got her, and he was in love with her. Now, mind you, every marriage has its ups and downs. I'm not saying that this man is perfect, so don't get me wrong. So when they reconnected with Tim, he didn't feel threatened by their relationship because after all, they dated when they were teenagers, right?
Yes, she is wanting to be in a relationship with my cousin again. And people would normally have questions or opinions about why would I marry somebody that she dated. But a lot of people don't know that was back in 2013, 2014. We was all teenagers. So that relationship really didn't mean nothing to me now because we're grown. And around this time, he's married with kids.
That's what a rational person would think. But old habits die hard. Brenay would once again choose Tim over her family. And she didn't care what it would take for her to get back with the love of her life.
And so basically, she starts moving towards trying to have a relationship with his cousin, like hanging out, doing videos, so on and so forth, right? So let him tell the story. I'm gonna do the Drake shit later. I'm sorry, I'm gonna do it later. I'll do it later, y'all.
Forget the fact that he had a wife and kids. Why let a man's wife stop you from being with your soulmate?
I know, right? I'll joke.
Right, Brenay? They reconnected, and one of the ways that Brenay got closer to Tim was by befriending his wife.
Who that, Rambo?
Yo, I didn't even catch all that. Let me fast forward to
so much so that they will often flirt with the kids.
You're invited to our wedding,
Well,
I'm trying to fast forward to like the
they
other
cooked together. Brenay and Tim's behavior began to escalate so much.
cooking dinner with Tim. Come cook dinner with Tim and I. Yo, I don't care if y'all was dating in middle school. It's weird. Could y'all imagine being a dude, right? And your wife, you used to date her cousin, and now years later, you guys are married now. Years later and whatnot, right? He wants to do videos with your cousin, cooking videos. Basically, a cooking video, a man and any kind of man and woman video, right, has to be handled very delicately. But when this small social media like that is supposed to be from real life, that's a couples thing. It's either your man or a family member or like a gay dude. Those are the only kind of videos where you see like male female like this kind of interaction. You know what I mean?
So that they will often flirt with each other in front of their spouses.
Body language don't lie. Don't look at Brenay. They were together already in here.
Now, slowly but surely, Brenay started fading Devin out of her videos, and she would soon start pushing Akira out of the videos as well. So it would just be her and Tim.
Me up.
So that's crazy. So basically, this is all an impulse. Believe it or not, this is all an emotional impulse, right? Whenever you deal with someone who does not think realistically, especially a woman who doesn't think realistically, a woman that doesn't seem to have compassion, a woman, because you already can see this is an abusive woman, and also a lot of tall girls and big girls are bullies. Most of them are very much willing to get physical with you, very much so. You know what I'm saying, if you're a guy in a relationship with a tall girl or a big girl, she is very much likely to get physical with you, to try to bully you and try to kind of force her way on you. All right, that can happen, you know. All right, and all of them probably didn't like what was going on, but they all probably rolled with it as long as they could because again, people probably don't like telling her no. They're probably afraid to tell her no. That girl was probably a little bit afraid of her. You know what I mean? And you know, and you gotta think like this character wise, right? How you first of all, not even that control. Big women a lot of times do not have self-control. They will have an impulse and they will follow that impulse to the end of the earth. Do you understand? So that's why I brought the whole narc mindset because, and well, I said not thinking realistically, but also it kind of lends itself to the narc mindset because, again, so much delusion comes from the fact that you don't really think logically and you don't see yourself as ever being wrong. All right, and you don't see yourself as ever being wrong, and so what that leads to is doing things that are just not righteous. If you didn't want to be with this man, then you can leave this man. But this was the ultimate monkey branch. Because again, a lot of times, this right here, again, this is an example of how women don't want to be alone. Rather than being alone, they will be with a guy they don't like or their second choice. But they're not able to say, all right, well, it didn't work out with me and this other guy.